Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by a stranger. We haven't seen him in a while, Stuart Spencer. And Stuart, we're so happy that you're here on behalf of Advanced Ear Care. How are you?
Wow, I'm doing wonderful, Lisa. Thank you for having me back. It's been a long time. It's been an interesting situation.
Well, of course, it has been with many of our businesses here locally, as you know, as well as around the world. So we're all in this together, as we have said before. But not only because of COVID have you been sort of MIA, it's because you've been so busy, and I'm excited to hear about all the activities that you've been up to.
Well, I tell you, we really have been busy. We never shut down, during this whole COVID process. We've always been open. People need to hear.
Yeah.
We ran into a lot of situations where, obviously with the masks, people were having a hard time understanding speech clearly. And that took such a deeper dive because people were so isolated. They were having a hard time hearing their caregivers, their administrators, their families, even, on the telephones and through the windows, right? Waving to people outside. It was really, really a struggle for a lot of our patients. So, we stepped it up, found different technologies to help them in all those different situations and really provided a lot of better hearing for a lot of people. So we have been real busy.
So let's just touch on that, if you may. So you call verified best hearing procedures. So give me an example of some of the things that you've used to help people be able to hear better. Because I'll tell you, I can't hear anything from those masks, so I can't even imagine having an impaired hearing and be able to hear anything according, trying to read those masks. You just can't.
Yeah. So, we have a study, that, we were provided with that was really effective in helping us to realize exactly what aspects of speech people miss because of masks. And there's the different masks, right? There's masks like a regular cloth mask. There's a mask like the paper mask. There's a shield with the mask. There's a mask, and then the provider or the whoever they're dealing with has a big shield in front of them. On top of that. So there's a lot of different aspects to that you really have to look at what the situation is. But you know, forever, Lisa, people have always come into our office and said, Stuart, I know people are talking to me. I just can't understand the words clearly, right?
Mhm.
Now that's just on steroids, because what happens is with those masks is people lose those soft, subtle speech sounds in the high frequencies where typically they hear worse anyway. So
Mhm.
you try to differentiate between like a TH, an F, and an S. It's like a they're very soft sounds, right? You put a mask over that, they go way down in the high frequencies. So what we're able to do is wear a mask, give people speech testing and see what they're missing, then overemphasize those frequencies with the different gain, increased gain in those areas, and then give them another speech test and see what their improvement is. So
Mhm.
quantifying these improvements, so people are like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. And so, we really just lived into the problem and found solutions. So, that was just through, some of the newer technologies we have. And then, others we used accessories, right? Devices that connected to their television sets so they could stream the sound right from the TV right to their ears,
Hmm.
crank the volume up and bother the neighbors or the people they're living with that have better hearing than they do, perhaps. We're able to have remote microphones so people can talk into those and bypass, all of the masks and have a direct audio input right into their ears.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And these accessories have gotten better. Before I was like, they were a little bit better. Now they're a lot better. So, and then just the fundamental basics, of this new artificial intelligence
Mhm.
that's in the hearing aids themselves. That's faster, smarter, sharper, at reducing background noise and
Mhm.
making that speech clearer. I mean, people are like, oh my gosh, Stuart, this sounds so much better. If you can just see the relief on them, it's just so important. And it's been huge. And that's given us a lot of business. And a lot of effective results because of that business. And so we're really happy. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's awesome. I really love that idea where you have a little microphone and they can just kind of speak directly into that, because honestly, when I've gone to the bank and all these things, all these people are, wearing these excessive masks, then you have the plexiglass and that's
Yeah.
super thick. And that I'm constantly going, what? So, I mean, that is awesome that you were able to do that. I should carry around my microphone and a
Yeah,
speaker,
that's right.
because that would work awesome. So that's a great idea. And I'm glad you're able to help people with that. Now, you mentioned in your notes here, the first time in your history, you've been able to service many of the veterans. Now, what does that mean?
Oh my gosh, this is huge, Lisa. This is just huge. We've worked for 35 years with the veterans to try to be able to see their patients and get reimbursed for it.
Yeah.
To- We've always done a ton of free service here for our vets, so they didn't have to drive all the way up to Long Beach just to change a wax guard and a hearing aid,
Yeah.
sit in like the, I'll just say very busy situation up there, and just I'll say not get the full attention that they deserve at times. And I love the VA. I love them, for what they do, and serving our vets and everything else. But they're just overwhelmed. There's just a lot of people up there, right? So, now, we're one of the chosen few offices across the nation where we can accept veterans into our business and fit them with new hearing aids and service their existing hearing aids. And um, we're able to be reimbursed for that.
Oh,
And
good.
it means a lot to people that are here in our local markets, especially right here in Laguna Woods. And, being the government, there's a few hoops you have to jump through with
Imagine.
and getting referred here, and setting up the right channels. But you know what, we're doing it right now, and we're doing it every week. We're getting more and more people referred here and getting them into the fold of coming here for service. And it is so exciting to be able to say that we're able to service our veterans, and we're one of the only places that, well, the only place I know here that we're able to do that. So I'm really excited about that.
That's quite a coup, I think, because like you said, it is very difficult to jump through the hoops that the government puts you through. But the fact that you did all of that, I am sure that our veteran residents and local folks really do appreciate that. So
And
that's
they
good.
can
And
come
it's
in.
good for you.
So they can come in and we can have them fill out a form, and we just send that in and get them processed and referred here. And so if anybody's interested in that, they can just call our regular phone number.
That's awesome. That is great. Now, moving into a different subject, and it's kind of along the same lines as what you just said, is that you're now able to service the veterans in this office, but you now have other offices. So let's hear where the other offices are.
Wow. So here's the thing. So we had a really great opportunity here. I've known, Jim Lane, and Beth Lane in professional hearing and speech for years. Well, hate to say it, over 35 years. They were always very friendly competitors, and they just had an opportunity to retire and spend time with their families, travel a little bit, and do some other things they wanted to do. Their lease was up. We didn't need any of their equipment, because we have everything right here in our office. Professional hearing and speech was their business, which was just located about 1.5 miles away. And so we purchased, their patient files, and we've brought them in and integrated them into our office here at Advanced Ear Care. So now all those patients can come here for service. We have their warranties, we have their files, we have their history of their hearing losses, their hearing instruments, all the details of everything that they've ever done. They're at Professional Hearing and Speech, and it's been a great acquisition for us, and people are really enjoying being here. Well, I'm excited, we have the same level of quality care that Jim and Beth have always provided for them. And it's just been a really smooth, seamless transition for us. So that's really exciting.
Well, and I'm sure Jim and Beth are very pleased that they know that their patients are in good hands.
Yeah, and Jim, pops in here every now and then just to say hi. So it's good to see him.
Good. That's great. Now, but that's not all. You've got
Nope.
something else.
That's right. So we've, been asked to handle another office down in Encinitas. So it's advanced hearing care instead of advanced ear care. But, that's been a great satellite office for us. We're down there on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. What's so fun is we've seen a lot of our patients that have moved down there now come into that office since they've been getting it through our newsletter. And, it's just been a great, another acquisition, just another branching out for us. And this allows us to see more patients and to provide them with better hearing, just like we have here for the last 40 years. So, so things are expanding. We're really doing well. We're very busy and just happy to help everybody that needs, any kind of improvement with their hearing abilities.
Well, that's very exciting news. And, it's always good when you can expand and go to other places. Although I'm sure that many of the patients here are probably going, well, I sure hope we can still see patients here.
Oh, we have an incredible team here. We have the capacity to handle everybody. So our team's expanded here, and we won't miss anybody. I can guarantee you that.
Excellent. It was so nice to catch up with you. Don't be a stranger. Let's talk about some more hearing difficulties that you can help people with in the future.
Oh, that'd be great, Lisa. Thanks so much for having me on today. It's good to see you.
You too. All right, we'll be right back after this.